There's no globally agreed definition of modern slavery. It's an umbrella term which may contain one or more of the following elements. The terms of forced labour and modern slavery are often used interchangeably. Forced labour is any work or services which people are forced to do against their will with the threat of punishment. Debt bondage, or bonded labour, is the world's most widespread form of slavery. This is when people borrow money they can't repay and have to work to pay off the debt. They lose control over the conditions of both their employment and the debt. Descent-based slavery is where people are born into slavery because their ancestors were captured and enslaved. They remain in slavery by descent. Forced marriage is when someone is married against their will and cannot leave the marriage. Early marriage or child marriage can also be considered slavery. The International Labour Organization prohibits the worst forms of child labour. This includes all activities which sexually exploit children and involvement with illegal activities such as production or trafficking of drugs, and any work which could damage the health, safety, or well-being of the children. Child slavery is often confused with child labour, but is much worse. Whilst child labour is harmful for children and hinders their education and development, child slavery occurs when a child's labour is exploited for someone else's gain. It can include child trafficking, child soldiers, child marriage, and child domestic slavery. Human trafficking, including sex trafficking, involves transporting, recruiting, or harbouring people for the purpose of exploitation, using violence or coercion. Human trafficking involves three key elements: the act of recruitment, means of deception or coercion, and the purpose of exploitation. We can tackle the modern slavery problem using the 4 Ps: protection of victims, prosecution and punishment of traffickers, prevention strategies and measures, partnership and cooperation.